That champagne spray you see on a Formula One podium, it's part of a deal worth around $1 billion for a bottle that gets shaken, exploded, and wasted in seconds. So why would brands fight that hard for it? Because this entire tradition was never supposed to exist in the first place. So here's the question nobody asks. How did champagne even end up in Formula One in the first place? Because the answer isn't glamour. It isn't strategy. It was an accident. The year is 1966, Le Mans. The podium is chaos. A Swiss driver named Joe Siffert is handed a magnum of champagne, oversized, warm, shaken from the journey. He pops the cork. The pressure does the rest. Champagne erupts. Foam covers the crowd. Cameras catch it all. It was not planned. There was no marketing brief, no brand strategy meeting. A bottle was handed to a winner, and the explosion happened to look incredible on television. 3 years later, in 1969, Jackie Stewart takes it one step further. He does not just open the bottle, he aims it. He sprays the crowd like it is a weapon, grinning the entire time. And in that one spontaneous moment, Formula One found its most iconic tradition. A ritual that today is estimated to generate hundreds of millions in global brand exposure, born from a single man, laughing, soaking everyone in sight. But that is just where the story begins. By the late 1960s and into the 1970s, Formula One is transforming. It is no longer just motorsport. It is becoming theater, and Moet and Chandon is watching very closely. The French champagne house, founded in 1743, had spent centuries building one idea into the global consciousness. Moet is what you drink when you win. And now there was a sport, broadcast to millions across Europe and then the world, where winning happened every single weekend. According to official Formula One records, Moet and Chandon became the first official champagne partner of Formula One, and for over 30 years, they owned that podium. Think about what that means. Every time Ayrton Senna stepped onto the top step, Moet. Every time Michael Schumacher raised his fist to the sky, Moet. Every defining moment of the most glamorous era in Formula One history was soaked in that single brand. They were not just selling champagne, they were selling association. Winning feels like Moet. Victory tastes like Moet. No ad campaign in the world is worth what those podium moments delivered. But then, something shifted, and this is where the story gets uncomfortable. The year 2000. Formula One is a global machine generating billions in revenue, and someone somewhere runs the numbers. And the numbers say the champagne contract is up for grabs. GH Mum steps in. An estimated multi-year deal. Moet is out. For the next 15 years, Mum bottles grace the podium. The tradition continues, but something has subtly changed. It is less about heritage now, and more about negotiation. Then in 2016, Chandon takes over for a year, a budget-conscious alternative from within the same parent company. Then Champagne Carbon arrives, a niche, lesser-known house offering something shiny and new. And then the moment many Formula One purists raise an eyebrow arrives. From 2021 to 2024, the podium bottles are not champagne at all. Ferrari Trento, an Italian sparkling wine. Prosecco's more elegant cousin, but distinctly not champagne. A prestigious wine, certainly, but from a completely different category. Formula One, the self-proclaimed pinnacle of motorsport, had quietly swapped one of its most luxury symbols for a deal that worked on the spreadsheet. The tradition was still there. The spray. The celebration. The cameras capturing every second. But the liquid in the bottle? That was a different story. Then came 2025. Formula One and LVMH, the world's largest luxury group and home to brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, Tag Heuer, and Moet and Chandon, announced a partnership described as historic. A deal reportedly worth billions across its duration. But this was not just about champagne returning to the podium. It was about transforming the entire Formula One ecosystem. Louis Vuitton crafting the trophy cases. Tag Heuer redefining the timing systems. And on the podium, the unmistakable return of Moet. And in 2026, that's exactly what you see. Moet and Chandon is not just back, they are the official champagne sponsor of Formula One. The prodigal champagne returns. Think about the signal this sends. This is not just a sponsorship renewal. This is Formula One declaring what it is. Because when LVMH writes a check of that magnitude, they are not buying a sports partnership. They are buying a lifestyle platform. They're telling the world Formula One is where luxury lives. And for that message to be credible, the bottle on the podium cannot be Prosecco. It has to be Moet. So why champagne? Of all the drinks in the world, why this one? It comes down to three things: sound, spectacle, and status. The pop of a cork is immediately recognizable. It signals celebration before a single drop is poured. The spray is visually explosive. It photographs beautifully. It slow motions perfectly. It is designed for cameras. And then there is the status signal. Champagne, as a product, carries 300 years of cultural encoding. It says, this moment is extraordinary. It says, we are elite. No beer does that. No water does that. No energy drink, however many wings it claims to give you, does that. Champagne on a podium is not refreshment. It is ceremony. And ceremony, in marketing terms, is priceless. Formula One is currently the fastest growing sport in the world in terms of audience and commercial value. New fans are younger, more fashion conscious, and more globally distributed. And quietly, a new trend is emerging on the podium: non-alcoholic champagne options. As Formula One races in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Abu Dhabi, where alcohol is restricted, the spray tradition is adapted. Non-alcoholic alternatives stand in. The ritual survives, the product changes. The question for the next decade is whether Formula One doubles down on luxury or broadens into something more accessible to its growing global fan base. The tension between elite and accessible is precisely the game luxury brands have always played, and nobody plays it better than LVMH. So here is your answer. The champagne tradition in Formula One started by accident in 1966, when a bottle was too warm and the pressure did what pressure does. It was then built into an empire over 30 years by Moët and Chandon, traded away for cheaper deals during the commercial era, and now, with $1 billion LVMH contract, reclaimed as a cornerstone of the luxury identity. Formula One is selling to the world. Every spray you see on that podium is estimated to deliver millions in brand exposure in seconds. The bottle is not just a celebration. It is a carefully placed asset in a multi-billion-dollar marketing machine. But it does not stop at the podium. Watch what happens right after the race. Drivers do not just slow down, they sprint straight to a very specific spot. The cameras are already there, waiting. That moment, when they jump into the arms of their team, is not just emotion, it is positioning. Logos in frame, sponsors perfectly aligned. And moments later, the champagne arrives. Not by accident, not by chance. Every movement, every angle, every second is designed to turn victory into visibility. Next time you watch a race, do not watch the driver. Watch where the camera lingers, because that is where the real money is. Speaking of drivers making serious money, have you seen our video on how Kimi Antonelli started raking in his first millions even before completing his debut Formula One season? Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.